The Dallas woman, this woman who you're about to hear from in a moment, had two of her cousins killed by Hamas. One during the terrorist attacks on Israel 1 year ago today. That is the woman you see on the left. And then the second earlier last month, days before she would have been possibly rescued by Israel's military. Our Jack Fink speaking with this woman tonight about what this last year has been like. Going to be fair and warn you that some of what you're about to see and hear is difficult.
Many people in the Jewish community have said this past year has been gut-wrenching and unnerving, not just because the October 7th terror attacks on Israel represented the worst attacks on the Jewish people since the Holocaust, but also because of the increasing and open hatred towards Jews. Now hear from two people who share their perspectives in their own words.
Israel did not start this war. Hamas did. This cannot be an acceptable act of war. To steal innocent civilians from their beds and keep them hostage until your demands are met. I'm LeElle Slifer. I'm originally from Fort Worth. Grew up there. My mom's family has been in Israel for over 2,000 years. So on October 7th, I was up in the middle of the night. I was very pregnant at the time. I was 36 weeks pregnant, so I was up all night anyway. And I opened my phone and I saw on social media all these pictures of Israel and terrorists jumping out of trucks, and it just felt very different. We later learned that the terrorists had infiltrated Kibbutz Be'eri on the 7th. They started taking people out of the house. They took Alon out with his wife, Yarden, and their 3-year-old daughter, Geffen. They tied their hands, put them in a truck, and started driving them into Gaza. Luckily, at one point, the car stopped. They encountered an Israeli tank, and the terrorists got out to investigate. Alon and Yarden looked at each other, and they said, "We have to run." So they grabbed Geffen, and they ran out of the car. The terrorists were shooting at them, running behind them. Yarden said, "I can't hold her," and she passed her daughter on to Alon and said, "Take her to safety." And he hid with his daughter in a ditch for 12 hours. And thank God they made it back to the kibbutz the next morning, alive and safe. They went back to find Yarden, and they couldn't. Later, we learned she'd been taken captive into Gaza and was held hostage there. And thank God she was released in November with the wave of hostages. But Carmel was taken hostage, and Kinneret was taken out of the house. And Carmel was taken by Kinneret's body laying lifeless on the street because the terrorists shot her in her own kibbutz, right there. She wasn't even wearing shoes. We heard that Carmel was still alive over the course of the last year. And then a couple weeks ago, I remember it was a Friday, it was Shabbat, and I heard reports that they had found 6 bodies. The IDF had found 6 bodies of hostages in Gaza. And every time you hear reports coming out of Gaza, you think, oh gosh, please let it be good news. Please let it be good news. And then unfortunately, we heard the next day that they found Carmel's body, that the terrorists had shot her in a tunnel in Rafah. It was underneath a children's bedroom. I had such hope. I had such hope this entire time. I was so sure that Carmel would come back. I just didn't want to believe it was true, that she'd been killed like that, murdered, executed. They would rather kill Israelis than allow them to be rescued.
A Jewish historian who's written extensively about the Holocaust and who was recently in Dallas is working on a new book that will be released next year about October 7th, a horror, he says, that was long in the making.
It's been a terrifying year for American Jews. First, to watch the images from the Middle East, to see the aftermath of the Israeli towns burned to the ground, the victims, the hundreds and hundreds of Israelis who were slaughtered, the victims of the Hamas gang rapes, and of course the torment of the hostages, the hundreds of innocent Israelis and others who were kidnapped by Hamas and taken to Gaza. And then the shocking turn of events.
We stand with Palestine!
We stand
to see large numbers of extremists on our college campuses and sometimes in our streets marching in support of Hamas and denouncing American Jews for daring to sympathize with the Jewish state. This is something that was totally unexpected for most American Jews. For the first time in many years, a significant number of American Jews are beginning to feel as if it's not safe even here. That's a new and frightening sentiment. America has always been different.
Slifer says she knows about the hatred toward Jews firsthand. After going public about her cousin being killed days before being rescued, she received an email.
It's titled Zionist Pig. It's too bad you and the rest of your narcissistic chosen people can't get their head out of their ass to acknowledge over 50 years of illegal occupation, stealing land, and setting up a fully apartheid state. I'm glad your cousin is dead, and I wish you the same. From the river to the sea. P.S. Eat poison. My first reaction was I actually laughed. I thought, oh, you silly little person. You think that you can impact me with an email like that. I'm going to speak out more because of this email. It is such anger against a person that they don't even know, to wish death upon me for simply existing. And what's more amazing is they don't even know anything about me or my family, or the fact that my family has been in Israel for as long as it has, or the fact that my family who was killed was some of the most peace-loving, supportive of a two-state solution people you would ever find. Anti-Semitism is, it's a tale as old as time. It has been with the Jewish people from the beginning. It is a hatred of the Jewish people simply for being Jews, unfortunately. I think it's one of the few isms that is tolerated today. Racism, completely unacceptable. Homophobia, completely unacceptable. But you say you're anti-Zionist? Why, that's completely allowed. But anti-Zionism is simply code for anti-Semitism.
Amid all the personal angst, Slifer worries the remaining hostages in Gaza are being forgotten.
There's 100 hostages in Gaza right now. There are children, the 2 Bibas boys, they're being held hostage. There are Americans still being held hostage in Gaza. Where is the uproar? Where is the whole world coming down on Gaza to say, release the hostages? I want to scream at everyone and shake everyone, because every day I wake up and I think about the hostages and I think about my family, that we have to do something to get these people back. I can't believe that we're not doing more. I'm not going to be quiet. I am going to talk to every single person on this earth about the hostages in Israel, and I'm going to stand up for Israel and the Jewish people until my last breath.